Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom, this is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
Hey, my name is Olli.
Hello, I'm Jarkko.
And you are watching Brutally Delicious.
Korpiklaani, everybody. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dark Masick with Brutally Delicious. We are here with Olli and Jarkko from Korpiklaani. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for doing this. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Awesome. So, second day of the tour. When was the last time you toured the U.S.? I know you toured like 2018, but...
2019. That was we did at the end of the year we toured with Elevate, and that was the last US tour, and that was basically the last tour, like anyway, like before the COVID hit the world. And then since then we haven't really done any proper tours, except now, like a few weeks ago we did the little UK Ireland tour with Hailstorm, and then we did South America for a few shows, but other than that we haven't really toured in like 4.5 years and no proper tours. So this is a very welcome thing.
You did 70,000 tons of metal last year, right? I was on board as a fan, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought so. Interesting. So, with that, post-COVID touring, go. What's it like?
Well, this is like I haven't been to the US in 10 years. I joined the band in 2021. It's nice. I think a lot of it is similar than before. Some of it is different, or is it?
I don't know if the touring is different itself, but
everything is more expensive.
Everything is more expensive, and then these people don't buy pre-sale tickets anymore, which is a problem in many cases because everything was being cancelled all the time, like during the COVID times. You buy a ticket and then it gets postponed, and cancelled. So people don't buy those pre-sale tickets anymore, and then many bands to have anything happen, they need there has to be some sort of prepayment made by the promoters, and then the promoters can get the money from the pre-sales. They can make the prepayment, and everything gets cancelled. So it is difficult for both the promoters and the bands, this situation nowadays. I can't blame the people for doing that, because everything was shit for 5 years now, 3 years or whatever.
So are people just showing up and buying day of? Like, I gotta say, as a fan with like a degree of anxiety, I always bought the day they went on sale.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of people day of buying at the door now.
I don't think that much, but I mean that they buy tickets way closer to the actual event than they used to. So the promoters who need the money for the running cost beforehand, they don't have anything,
right?
Because that like you have to have quite a lot of money to actually, like yourself, you have to have a lot of money to start doing anything. You can't rely on the pre-sales anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you want to be a millionaire in the music business, you have to start as a multi-millionaire.
I've heard that one. There's a joke like that goes around the business world. Like, the easiest way to become a millionaire is to start as a billionaire.
Yeah.
It's a funny one. So you have a new album out. It just came out Friday. I'm an American. I speak one language. Can you pronounce it for me?
It's called Rankarumpu.
Okay. Now, what does that translate to?
I think it basically the best translation is like a ragged drum. So what you see on the album cover is like a shaman drum, and it's old and very used, like a ragged old drum. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great title for like a folk metal band, like you guys would be.
Yeah.
So I gave it a quick listen. Tell me if I'm like off on these things. One, it feels a bit heavier. Like, obviously you're in the metal genre, but like I got the idea it was a little heavier or darker. Was that an intentional move?
Yes. yes, in some ways. I think Jonne bought himself a new guitar and wanted to make thrash metal riffs. So I think he found many thrash metal riffs from the guitar, and I guess that kind of like became more aggressive and faster, I guess.
Yeah. I don't necessarily find it heavier in that sense, but faster, trashier, maybe.
Faster, thrashier. I mean, at least in our American metal scene, we'd usually call that heavier. Like, what are European, like, what is heavier then? Does that mean more like Black Sabbath? Like,
to me, at least, it sounds more
He's
like
a big Sabbath guy.
more doom and gloom, and that makes it heavier in that sense. But
first of all, who's in metal that isn't a big Black Sabbath fan? Liars, that's who.
Yeah.
I thought I heard a bit more violin too. I mean, you can speak to that, I hope, but...
This is my first Korpiklaani album, and might be. I think I was pretty heavily involved in doing the arrangements. We talked a lot about it with Sami, the accordion player, and Jonne, the main guy. I also composed 3 songs for the album, so it was interesting, and the guys were very welcoming about bringing like music and influences into the band in that sense. But I'm happy. I think I got a lot of good feedback for the violins and the folk stuff. Yeah,
I noticed it.
Cool.
That's a great thing. Like, I'm a guitar player. That's generally what most metalheads are going to focus on. So if that comes out, I mean, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Was it the second track on the album, Kill While You Can?
Yeah.
So I guess just some context here. Like I said, I saw you on 70,000 Tons of Metal, I think twice, definitely last year, and it was like 2018 or something. If you were to ask, I think most metalheads, like, think of Korpiklaani in like 5 words. One of those words is vodka.
Yeah.
The other one's like, dance party, like fun times.
Yeah.
Kill While You Can seems not like that. Is this a political statement? Is like the band changing? I mean, you've been around 20 years. You can have like 1 or 2, different songs if you want. But
it is clearly a commentary on the situation in Eastern Europe currently with the war going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a political statement, but it is a commentary on it. You can. It's probably a bit different here in the US, but in Finland you can't avoid that topic. It's all the time in the news of what's going on and how will that affect us at some point or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, thank you for clarifying that. I'm presuming. Oh, sorry. Do you want to like state which side you're on, or is that too dangerous?
Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom, this is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
What kind of sites are you supposed to take? You have 2 options, and one is not really.
We are not pro-invading other countries.
That's a good way to put it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, forgive me for this. I know Sweden's like clearing the way. Did Finland make it into NATO yet?
Yeah, way before Sweden.
Yeah.
So
we are.
A year ago, by the way, just a bit of a year ago. It was in April, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
So how's it feel? As an American, I welcome you to our alliance.
Thank you very much.
So is this something like? Did this ever come up in the band? Like not being neutral anymore? How do you feel about it?
We have never discussed about that. I think it's pretty clear that
we are not writing songs about NATO.
At least. Not yet. No.
Yeah. So just more of like a humanitarian stance and don't go senselessly killing people.
I guess we are more. It's safe to say that we are more of the pacifist side, probably.
In that sense,
yes.
I mean.
But the our country has been right next to Russia or Soviet Union or whatever it's been called. But like always being there, have a 1,300 kilometers common border. So it has been a balancing act for centuries.
Well, thanks for taking on that. That would have been very easy for you to have avoided that question or those questions, and I appreciate you taking them head on.
Yeah.
So How do you feel about like the folk metal label? Like, do you embrace it?
There was a lot of talk about folk metal. Like, I know some bands kind of tried to wiggle out because they thought it was kind of like too much of a brand. But I guess Korpiklaani is very kind of like embracing the roots and the folk metal thing.
Yeah, they're very much into folk metal still.
Yeah.
And I think we have discussed this before, and I think the difference between Korpiklaani and many other folk metal bands is that this band was technically folk first, like the roots are in this folk duo that then developed into metal. So whereas many other bands have like been whatever bands and then just started to incorporate some folk elements into their metal music. So we have a different background, and we're still quite proud to be called folk metal.
Interesting. Thank you for that. So where I was going with that is in the U.S., I think it was 2014 was the first year when rock as a whole was no longer the best-selling record category. And realize that that's rock. Now you have to split off rock into metal, and then metal has like 10 billion subgenres. Yeah. Folk metal is definitely not like Metallica level acceptance in a lot of ways. But yet you're here and you're touring. So in the age of Spotify and declining record sales, what's your secret? How do you pull this off? And as a fan, thank you.
I guess it's about sticking to your guns and doing your...
Yeah, that's the only thing that you can do, basically.
Yeah.
You can't really fight the system. You can fight the system, but you will not win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's cool that folk metal can be accepted. I think, I mean, like, there's so much music and different types of music in world. I mean, there's this Viking folkish things being incorporated into like is Vardru now. They were doing the Vikings, the TV series. I think they got it like.
What's that?
I think it was.
Sorry
if I got it wrong, but I think there's a lot of being accepted a lot more about this kind of like folky and different cultural background stuff in music.
Yes, the folk music in general is now like more accepted than it was when we started.
Somebody said that Nightwish is the biggest folk metal band in the world, and it kind of like there's a lot of the pipe stings and everything. Like it's a bit of the stretch, but if you think about it in that sense, I mean, like it's been accepted.
They jumped on the bandwagon that we were pulling.
Is Nightwish really folk? I viewed them as more just symphonic. I mean, they're definitely like, there's
been more folk.
But they got the
element there. I think
player thing.
There's a lot of that nowadays. I think, yeah.
Do you feel a kinship with them? Like, who would you say is like
music is music? Yeah, I don't know.
Who would you say is like your? Let's say the band had to cancel a gig. Who would be the best replacement in the scene?
If we had to cancel,
yes.
I have no idea. I never thought of that. Because I think we were there was a book written in Finland a few years ago called about the folk metal Big Five, which was us and then some other bands like Turisas, where that Olli used to play with, Turisas, Ensiferum, Fintroll and Moonsorrow, and us, like basically five folk metal bands from Finland. And if you think about those bands, like all are labeled as folk metal and all very different musically. There's black metal, there's power metal, there's whatever epic battle metal, metal, very different stuff. So, but basically, you could replace like any one of us would have to cancel. Then you could put anyone to replace them, but it would be different. It would be accepted as folk metal, but it would be different.
But if we had to call somebody, I would probably say, I want to offer a chance to Moonsorrow whenever. I mean, they're like my personal big favorite. I don't know, if you want to like a folkish party band, then just call Daystorm or something like that, probably.
I wasn't even thinking of them, but I guess, they are the similar vibe in terms of like...
They've been thrown in the same kind of like box, whatever. Obviously very different band, but... I guess they always need a box, like let's throw these bands in they are not folk metal, but that's cool.
It's the same party vibe.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much.
And Jarkko.
Hello, Tom May here, host of Future Friday. I've spent the last 15 years on the road with my band, The Menzingers, where I've met all kinds of wild and fascinating people. So I started a podcast. On Future Friday, I talk to fellow musicians about the moments that made them, their passions outside of music, and the curiosities that tie us all together. I've also talked to the likes of UFO researchers, magicians, soldiers, and documentary filmmakers, and I'm constantly searching for folks that can shape and change our view of the world. You can check out Future Friday wherever you like.